the world's most advanced cold wallet for the new generation of cryptocurrency lovers.
So if you are interested in buying this decent wallet, you can find a link in the description down below where you will get a 20% discount. Thank you very much, and let's dig in the video.
What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So the first thing we're going to start off with is James K. Fillon. Here we have Judge Torres over the SEC's objection grants iRemits and TapJet's requests to file amicus briefs in support of Ripple. Now, this is another major win for Ripple, where they have the support of these two companies that will actually support them in the amicus briefs, which is a huge thing because the judge is actually showing here again that this is in favor of Ripple, right? So, and we have seen over the past months that the judge clearly favors Ripple in those decisions. And again, guys, you can clearly see, it's clear as day that Ripple is going to win this case. It's not something that is, we just await the decision. This is very clear that they will actually win. And when they win, XRP will be the #1 regulated cryptocurrency. Now think about that for a second, because there is no regulated cryptocurrency at the moment, except for Bitcoin, which they cannot really regulate because it's 100% decentralized and all of that. But if you go to the Howey test, it's actually very different, right? So XRP will be the #1 in the US. So let's talk about Charles Hoskinson. He was saying in this video, now I'm not going to play the whole video, it's too long, but he actually played a victim here, in my opinion, saying that he was attacked by the XRP community and that there is this grand conspiracy. There is no grand conspiracy, because we're going to talk about facts. And in this video, I'm actually going to show you that it's very clear that even Brett Garlinghouse is talking about this Bill Hinman speech where the corruption is just clear. So let's take a look at what Charles is saying here for a moment.
Us to discuss collaboration with the Proof of Useful Work group that he's been pushing. So it came as a tremendous surprise, the incredible wave of criticism I received for a single comment, which was taken out of context from an interview. I was in an interview called Thinking Crypto at my ranch and casually asked a question what I thought about a belief that the entirety of the Securities Exchange Commission is engaged in a financial conspiracy with Joe Lubin and the Ethereum group to solely single out and go after Ripple. And I said this was a grand conspiracy because it obviously is. There is no evidence.
Now, first of all, it's not the entirety of SEC, and it's also not the entirety, because he will also say that it's the entire government. That's not what the XRP community is saying. The XRP community is saying that Bill Hinman said certain things and then did certain stuff that is very suspicious and very corrupt and actually not according to the law. It's facts. It's not a grand conspiracy, and he's overreacting here. Clearly, he's playing a victim because he was offended. But in my opinion, you're a full-grown man, so that to get offended by something like this is just, it's sad. It's really, really sad. But again, let's take a look here. No grand conspiracy, just the facts. Now, this is exactly what we mean. For example, let's take a look what Brett Garlinghouse is saying.
Notes associated with for the crypto industry, a very well-known speech that Bill Hinman gave in June of 2018. And in this speech, he said that ETH had, I'm paraphrasing, but ETH perhaps had been a security, but it transitioned to not be a security because of its decentralization. And, you know, that's not actually what the law says. What the law says, you know, there's no mention in the Howey test about decentralization. But that speech was really, really important. And the judge now, over the last 18 months, has ordered the SEC to turn over the notes associated with that speech 6 times. So the recent discovery ruling that went our way is just the 6th time. And the only reason I mention that is because, you know, the SEC obviously celebrates disclosure. It celebrates transparency. Like, why can't we do the work as the SEC and as a federal government to actually define and provide clear rules of the road? And if we had those, I think everyone would actually, you know, the industry in the US could thrive.
See what Brett Garlinghouse is saying here, guys. Why are they not showing, why does the judge has to say 6 times that they had to hand over these statements. Why do you think that is? Why is it 6 times? Why can they just not be transparent and show it to them? These are facts. This is not a grand conspiracy. Again, Charles is clearly overreacting and doesn't even have a clue on what's happening in this lawsuit. Very sad. Add this from Hinman's deposition. By pure coincidence, the SEC officially announces his departure on 12/4/20, but he hangs around till 18/20 with unpaid leave as excuse. Ripple's suit just happens to drop, and Eleanor Terre's source says he pushed for the suit. Again, more facts, guys, that this is just something bigger than just a small thing. You cannot ask for a better CEO than Brett Garlinghouse. Take a listen to this savage clip of BG.
So Ripple definitely, since this lawsuit started, the last 2 years, we have grown gangbusters. We've signed, I think I publicly said, hundreds of customers outside the United States. Yeah. So it has affected our business domestically, and the U.S. is still the largest economy in the world, and so I clearly care about that. But I also, the problem we're solving is a global. One of the primary things we focus on is this cross-border transactions, payments. And so, most people outside the United States don't really care that the SEC is suing us. I'll tell you a very quick, funny story. I'll keep it short. I was in the Middle East last fall, and we were meeting with customers. I have one of the Ripple team members who's based there. It's really early in the morning. My time zones are all screwed up. We're meeting with the CEO of a payments company. And but the employee from Team Ripple says, well, why don't you give an update on what's going on at Ripple? And I start talking about the SEC. And after the meeting, he very delicately says to me, no one gives a shit. And his point was, if you're not in the United States, the governments in Abu Dhabi, governments in Switzerland, Singapore, UK, Japan, they've provided the clarity how they view and
insane, guys, insane, right? Because outside of the US, they don't care about all that stuff. But it's important because it will be the #1 regulated cryptocurrency in the US. That is why this is important. That's the only reason. But yeah, Ripple will always exist, guys. Even if this lawsuit, which is not likely at all, 5% chance that it goes wrong and SEC wins, right? It's literally that low. It's even lower. But if that happens, Ripple will just continue to exist in another country. They will be based in another country. It's that simple. They have so many customers outside. Now, this is interesting, right? This is Dilip Rao, former Ripple executive, which is now working on a CBDC plan for the World Bank. Let's take a look. Ultimately, all of that escrowed XRP will be owned by institutions for Nostro replacement as a bridge currency or potentially for other use cases. They have been planning this from the start, guys. Think about it. There is no other cryptocurrency that has this large amount in escrow. Why do you think that is? Do you think that that's just coincidence? Imagine, because for this to be accurate, Ripple XRP has to reach a high price. It has to reach that $100, $500 mark so that they can use that escrowed XRP as Nostro Vostro replacement. And that makes complete sense as why that amount was there in the first place. It's so obvious, clear as day. Join us for Cbo's Champagne at Pizza Party at both A23. Cbo's was an amazing Swift event, which is still happening. R3 and Ripple and many more are there and talking about the future of payments, which is an insane event. And I have shown in my videos many clips of what they're doing there, and they're talking about making payments frictionless and everything. It's insane, guys. November, it will go live, remember. Ripple's major partner in Europe joins Digital Pound Foundation. Ripple's technology enables international real-time payments. Here we can see we are pleased to announce the addition of modular finance to the Digital Pound Foundation membership community, further strengthening our ability to advocate for the societal benefits that arise from a variety of new forms of digital money. Another institution, last year, Ripple joined the Digital Pound Foundation as a founding member in its drive to engage central banks globally on technical and policy issues related to CBDCs. So this is another big thing, guys. And you can see Ripple is clearly expanding and expanding and expanding. Here we have huge thanks to Chris Brummer for bringing together the public and private sectors every year at the always awesome DC FinTech Week for moderating a great fireside chat on the need for regulatory clarity, plus Ripple's growing global presence. Brad is always active and ready. Here we have Judge Torres has now approved 3 third parties to join the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. The digital chamber remains neutral but stresses the importance of the court decision for the industry. 2 are pro-Ripple XRP, and I'm told at least 3 more Ripple XRP advocates will file soon. It is getting interesting, guys, right? Ripple has so much support, so there is definitely no doubt they will win. The travels of Caroline D. Pham, Ripple headquarters, Bank of England, Stellar Org Conference. We've been right all along. See, guys? So she went from Ripple headquarters to Bank of England, and now she's holding a Stellar Org Conference. All these things are related. I've been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. The urgency of doing. Here she is in the conference talking about Stellar, which is also going to play a major role in these payments. So many obviously wrong statements. Nobody said that the entire US government is corrupt. Neither did someone say that the SEC is singling out Ripple only and no other projects. Seriously, there must be more to this. He could just stop, but now he's spreading lies. And it's true. This is exactly what I was saying, right? Charles Hoskinson went too far. The XRP community did not say that. We are looking at facts. Johnny Deaton brought us facts, and we're looking at facts. We're not some grand conspiracy community that's just rambling stuff, right? So it's very sad what happened. Ripple will probably win the lawsuit, and XRP would then be the first properly regulated crypto in the US. Remember that, guys. Keep remembering that because it's important, and be ready at all times. Thank you for joining the video. See you in the next one. Cheers.